आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Given some of the childish stunts, and that is perhaps the most underplayed way of referring to it of Rahul Gandhi, given the childish, immature, sometimes malicious, unthinking, unpredictable, irrational, duplicitous stunts of Rahul Gandhi of late, especially in this session of Parliament and in the build-up to that. Some people believe that the notice by a BJP member of Parliament for a substantive motion against Rahul Gandhi, which has been given by BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, is a good thing. I'm not giving my view on that, but it can theoretically lead to Rahul Gandhi's expulsion from Parliament by a majority vote. What does Nishikant Dubey want? He wants an inquiry by a parliamentary panel into Rahul Gandhi's quote-unquote continual misdeeds for destabilizing the country. And he says, given all of this, that he is trying to create a thuggery gang to destabilize India. He should be expelled from elections for the rest of his life. In his notice, Dubey has accused Rahul Gandhi of being a major constituent in the thuggery gang to destabilize India from within. And he has said that this book-related claim that was made by Gandhi with an quote-unquote ulterior motive, he's referring to the Naravane controversy, ulterior motive to defame the Indian army vis-a-vis the Ministry of Defence, along with shamefully involving the Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, and now we are going into detail, Nishikant Dubey, the Member of Parliament, mentions in the notice, and he's going to have to prove this, so this is getting extremely serious about Rahul Gandhi, that Rahul Gandhi has engaged with the Soros Foundation, 1, the Ford Foundation, 2, and USAID, 3, and that he has traveled to countries such as Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the United States of America to engage in anti-India activities. All of this getting extremely serious. He says that Rahul Gandhi, with the help of foreign organizations, has, quote, very cleverly been to capture the most pious dais of Parliament to foment public sentiments, levelling unsubstantiated allegations, not only against the Election Commission, but against the Honorable Supreme Court, lowering the dignity of government, so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, is this allowed? Technically, it is allowed under Parliamentary Procedure Chapter 27, General Rules of Procedure number 342. Rahul Gandhi may not know such things, which allows such a procedure to disqualify a member of Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, technically Rahul Gandhi faces a real threat of expulsion because NDA has the edge on numbers. Now, I am not saying that pass a motion against Rahul Gandhi or expel him. But one thing is clear. The BJP is getting a little fed up and the government is getting a little fed up of some activities of Rahul Gandhi. There is a view again that some BJP leaders that they may have, I suspect that he is in a way their biggest asset. That considering that he's a liability to his own party and its growth, therefore having Rahul Gandhi in place is good for them. But regardless of the politics behind this, which I am not concerned about, I am concerned about whether Rahul Gandhi is against the nation. I am deeply concerned whether we have a leader of the opposition who is against India and against the nation. And I think it is high time, not just to check whether he has these foreign links, but to also ask very deeply whether we can have a leader of the opposition who believes that India is not a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to play you a clip My problem here is, people say, do you have an issue with Rahul Gandhi? Why should I? He couldn't face me when I met him in an interview. He was clearly either underprepared or unable to speak equally to me. But the issue is this. When he says India is not a nation, I have a problem, and I'm absolutely sure you have a problem. Listen to this clip. Remember, this is not fiction. I'm not making it up. These are the spoken words of Rahul Gandhi. I'll play only 2 sound bites. Here's the first one.
India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is, India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is, India, that is Bharat, is a union of states.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this further. He says, India, according to Rahul Gandhi, is not a nation. It is a union of states. Further, on another occasion, he says India is a constant negotiation between states. When you say we are not a nation, and you follow up by saying that we are a constant negotiation, you are basically directly undermining the sovereignty of India, the borders of India, the territorial boundaries of India, and the idea of India as a nation. Now, can you have a leader of the opposition who believes it's a negotiation between states? Ladies and gentlemen, is it? If you're watching this program, you could be watching it, for example, in Assam, in Karnataka, in Sikkim, or in Rajasthan. Do you believe that the people of Rajasthan are constantly negotiating with the people of Assam? The people of Assam are constantly negotiating with the people of Sikkim. The people of Sikkim are constantly negotiating with the people of Delhi or Madhya Pradesh on whether we should be part of the Indian Union. That is a crazy idea, but more than crazy, it would be crazy if anybody says it. But when a presently leader of the opposition says it, it becomes an extremely destructive idea. The idea is, these ideas are not fissile. These ideas are aimed at disintegrating the country from within. I, therefore, do not find it amusing anymore. You can say the constant attempt by Rahul Gandhi to say that, you know, we are like the United States, we are like the European Union, we are not a nation. I think these are matters of concern. If you say that India is a multiplicity of ideas, but we are not a nation. Look at this soundbite. He'll say we are a multiplicity of ideas, almost making India into an abstract thought, but not a political nation. We have to accept we are a nation. Look at this abstract formulation, for example.
The RSS believes that India is one idea. And we believe that India is a multiplicity of ideas. Very much like the United States.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, why would you say we are like the United States? Would anybody in the United States say that the United States of America is not a nation? What would be the cost of saying in the US that we are not a nation? Rahul Gandhi thinks this is going to work in the US. It won't. When he says we are like the European Union, he basically is trying to say that there are some things that may loosely bind us together. But just like Germany and Italy are separate nations, he's trying to create some kind of subnationalism. And he believes that creating subnationalism creates anarchy, some level of fissile anarchy in the country, and within that anarchic process will be his political relevance. It is unfortunate that we have a leader today who has not been able to accept that India is a unified nation. Ladies and gentlemen, these issues are what Parliament must debate. And Rahul Gandhi cannot answer in some form of an abstraction. It is a problem I have when he says, he tries to divide the army on caste lines. When he says, ek garib ka beta hoga army jawan, ek dalit ka beta hoga, ek adivasi ka beta hoga, ek pichro ka, ek garib caste, general caste. He's trying to divide the Indian army on caste lines. The moment I heard that, I said, this gentleman is working with a very dangerous agenda. Imagine, viewers, and not imagine, accept the reality that Rahul Gandhi says India is not a nation. And Rahul Gandhi has tried to break up the country on caste lines. And Rahul Gandhi has signed a secret agreement with the Chinese Communist Party, which is essentially the Chinese establishment. Just 3 points. Put these 3 points together and ask yourself, should there not be a substantial debate on Rahul Gandhi himself, what he stands for, if anything at all? And if he stands for nothing, is it possible that someone like him, a political lightweight, could be used by those who are against the nation? Think about it. Now let's debate.
Mr. Gandhi, privilege motion, privilege motion, privilege motion.
Is privilege that's the code word for today? Is that the word that you people have been given for today?
That was Rahul Gandhi's response when I told him there is a substantive motion filed against him by Nishikant Dubey. The BJP MP has raised very serious allegations seeking investigation against Mr. Gandhi.
देश को गुमराह कर रहे हैं, सेना के मनोबल को गिरा रहे हैं और जितनी विरोधी शक्तियां हैं उनके साथ मिलकर भारत को टुकड़े टुकड़े कर देना चाहते हैं। उसके लिए मैंने एक सब्सटेंसिव मोशन जो है माननीय स्पीकर साहब को मूव किया है कि इस पर चर्चा हो और राहुल गांधी की सदस्यता खत्म हो और वो चुनाव लड़ने के लिए जिंदगी भर के लिए डिबार्ड हो।
Talking about what till now Rahul Gandhi has raised in parliament from Naravne to Epstein files, the BJP feels that line has been crossed, this time not only by Congress party but LOP Rahul Gandhi as well.
You're not totally employed by the BJP, at least try and do a little bit of objective stuff. You know, it gets really shameful. It's too much. Don't you think?
The charges are very serious.
क्या करेंगे? करने दीजिए राहुल जी को, फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
What happens if substantive motion is allowed in the floor of the House and is approved for the discussion?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been building up and now it's blowing up. Gaurav Bhatia of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party, Siddharth Sharma of the Aam Aadmi Party, Pattabhi Ram Koma Reddy of the Telugu Desam Party, Ishkaran will join us, and Akhil Swami is pro-Congress. Thank you, gentlemen. Gaurav, will this make him a martyr? Why such a resolution? What is the need for it? Is it a Nishikant Dubey resolution or a BJP resolution?
So, Arnab, we have seen how the 54-year-old adolescent child is breaking all rules of the parliament. And you said, would this make him a martyr? For George Soros, for Ilhan Omar, and for others, he would be a jihadi. But a jihadi that is trying to explode inside the parliament of democracy, which every Indian reveres and respects. And I must say that it is our misfortune that we have a leader of opposition who is the weakest link, who plays in the hands of foreign powers that don't wish well for India. And very rightly pointed out by you, why is it that a book that has not been published, Rahul Gandhi wants to quote from it to give an upper hand to China? Why is it that he calls the elected Prime Minister of the country, Surrender Modi? Why is it that the bravest army in the world, the Indian army, Rahul Gandhi says, Chini Sena se pit gayi hai Bharat ki Sena, the Supreme Court reprimands him. And Arnab, the pattern of meeting the likes of Ilhan Omar, close aides of George Soros, all this shows a pattern, and the pattern is this, that this Italian duo of mother and son, they love power. Power is not poison for them. Power for them is an aphrodisiac. And that is why they want more of it. And if they don't get it, they are saying, I will explode. I might hurt the democracy. I might hurt the sentiments of every Indian. So what? I just want the chair. And he is not going to get it.
Earlier today, when I was meeting Hardeep Puri, I was beginning to talk to him. And in his introductory comments, Ishkaran, what he said to me, he said that, we have been We have indulged him, but now I think we need to go all out. And I also got a feeling, and many people watching feel, that BJP considers Rahul Gandhi to be a long-term asset, because if he's there, Congress remains weak, and it's good for the Congress to have for the BJP to have a weak Congress. But now things are changing. Things are changing. This is a real motion, which means, Ishkaran, BJP has to prove Rahul Gandhi's Soros, anti-national, Ford Foundation and USAID links, which means somewhere documentation will have to come. Information which may have been with intelligence agencies only maybe will have to be brought out into the open. Links that an individual may have, information which may have been kept clandestine or behind the scenes, may have to be revealed. So this is really getting serious. I don't think this is drama alone, what's building up, is it, Ishkaran? Can you unmute yourself, Ishkaran?
Arnab, it has gotten serious many times in the past also. So we'll have to wait and see what is the end result. Because there are so many corruption cases pending against them, which would be a way easier way of putting the law in motion. Because I do not know how far banning people from parliament or suppressing people will play. I do not know that. But corruption cases are clear and cut. They are documentary. They are evidence. They have zero sympathy, zero tolerance for anybody indulging in corruption. This is all speech issues, connection issues, and to prove it, then it will have to go to court. Whether they have the power to ban people like this, what will be the consequences for democracy? You know how it will all play out. So the simpler and much easier way is, all those multitude of corruption cases, they should be in a time-bound manner be carried out to logical.
But that's with the court, no?
But
that's going to be with the court. That will take its own time.
No, but Arnab, that is the whole point. You have to be serious about pushing those cases. You have to go fast. This strategy, of course, Rahul Gandhi's comment on an unpublished book trying to bring disrepute to army, which has later on been disowned. His strategy of going outside India and speaking against India is not new. It's been going on for 11 years now. His strategy, or his party members, Manishankar Iyer going to Pakistan, inhe hatao, hame lao, it flows from the top. We still do not know, when you're talking about sovereignty of India, what is in the MOU with China. Don't we deserve to know that MOU? We do not know that. We do not know where he travels, when he travels, whom he meets, whom he does not meet. All that is in public domain for a very long time. The only question is, what is the point being, and I want to go back to Gaurav. Sorry, I'll give everybody their turn. I want to go. Gaurav, if he's a member of the Soros gang, if he is in touch with Ford Foundation, with USAID, with Ilhan Omar, if he is institutionally anti-India or has activities, I'm sure the government knows it. And if the government knows it, if the government is aware of it, then isn't it your responsibility to do something about it much earlier? Why would you live with it for so long? Why would you not have done something about it in all these years? Gaurav, this is one point I'm not getting. You have to explain this. Can you hear me, Gaurav?
Yes. I will. Yes, I will explain. Arnab, so when you say that have you done enough, I would say that you remember Zakir Naik, a person with ulterior motive, and 50 lakh donation was given to Rajiv Gandhi Foundation during the Congress era. Do you know, it was only after Narendra Modi ji became the Prime Minister of the country that action was taken against the Zakir Naik Foundation as well as the Congress party. Second, regarding George Soros, his foundation also, legal action has been taken. The funds can't be brought to India now. Earlier they were flowing in India because of the, brotherhood that Rahul Gandhi showed towards George Soros. And we all know how we are cracking down on funding that is flowing to some madrasas for illegal conversions and others. So action is being taken. The point is different. The point is, what is the moral responsibility, constitutional responsibility of the leader of opposition itself? And let me tell you, look at his behavior. 2013, he tears an ordinance which shows immaturity. Then 2018, he walks up to the chair of the Prime Minister and hugs the Prime Minister. Now, Prime Minister's position is gender neutral. Say if it was Indira Gandhi and the leader of opposition then would have walked up to Indira Gandhi and hugged her, what would the message be? I think this responsibility and the feeling has to come from within, where Rahul Gandhi fails. And this parliament has seen a new low from the leader of opposition. And
no, there are two issues here. Let me separate the two, and I want to.
The PM's chair.
No, 1 minute, Gaurav. So the way I see it, there are two issues that are emerging.
Please allow me.
Allow me to intervene for a moment, please. And I want to go to the others. There are two issues that are emerging. One is that you have an individual incapable of serious, comprehensive discussion, a person who is a little bit of a child, lightweight in terms of intellectual ability, and therefore he resorts to drama. Naturally, if you are not competent, you don't have life experience, educational background, professional competence, and therefore you talk about what you know. People say, what was he talking about, this jujitsu yesterday? I said I'd give it some deep thought. I think that is something, he knows. He knows jujitsu martial arts, so he goes back to what he knows, because he cannot have a serious discussion connecting the dots on the finance bill. So he talks about taekwondo. That's all right. That's not a crime. That is not a crime. But if you are doing things against the country, if you have links with Ilhan Omar, if you are bringing in caste in the context of the army, if you are trying to instigate or create anarchy, if your mother has served as the co-president of a forum connected to Soros, right? Then it is more serious than that. And we'll have to separate these two things, Akhil. Innocent, childish, immature behavior on the one side, from deep, concerning, potentially illegal activity on the other, which he's accused of in this substantive motion. You agree, Akhil? These are getting to be two separate issues.
Yes, Samvidhan.
Right?
Yes, Samvidhan. See, the basic point is I am not concerned, and I don't want to know either as to what the Godi media or the mainstream media thinks about Rahul Gandhi. But I know that the country is with Rahul Gandhi and is the only hope. Because we don't want a coward leader. I don't know who danced in Israel to please Donald Trump, who agreed not to buy oil from Russia. And Rahul Gandhi asked three very pertinent questions. Number one, why Anil Ambani
what is the
not
proof
in
of
jail?
what he is saying?
Why ask him to keep shut his mouth.
What nonsense?
Ask
you
him
want to speak on Rahul Gandhi or you want to make these scurrilous remarks?
Ask him to keep his mouth shut.
Why are you calling Rahul Gandhi's mouth shit?
Ask him to keep his mouth
shut.
I
object, Arnab. He's calling Rahul Gandhi's mouth shit.
When it is your turn,
he's calling Rahul Gandhi's mouth shit.
Arnab,
I object, even if I don't agree with him.
Please don't use the word. Don't use the four-letter word on my program, please. Thank you.
इन्हें चुप कराइए.
No, don't get over aggressive, Akhil. Please speak normally.
चुप कराइए तो आदमी तमीज से बात करिए. तमीज से बात करिए, समझे? तमीज से बात करिए.
Number 1.
यहाँ पे आके आपकी बकवास सुनने नहीं आए हैं.
Why Hardeep Puri in 2014, after this government came in power, when he was not in civil services? Why
we are discussing the parliament.
Why
can you speak of the parliament?
Epstein,
do you even know the spelling of the parliament? Winking in the parliament, हवाई चुम्बन दे रहे थे राहुल गांधी, उस पर बात करने की हिम्मत नहीं है. महीने का 5,000 रुपए पा जाते हैं राहुल गांधी से यहाँ पे आके बकवास करने के लिए.
Concerned who had relations with Epstein, who named
तस्वीर, ये है, ये मैच्योर लीडर है इनके, ये देखिए, क्या कर रहे हैं, हाथ मार रहे हैं. अरे ये मस्करा कहाँ से ले आए भाई? ये है राहुल गांधी. पार्लियामेंट में is a leader supposed to wink in the parliament? Please tell me.
Rahul Gandhi
is he supposed to give a flying kiss?
Champion चाहिए. हमें डरपोक.
No, black belt होगी या yellow belt होगी या green belt होगी. अपने घर में रखे, पेड़ से बांध के बेल्ट से रख ले सोनिया गांधी. ब्लैक बेल्ट और येलो बेल्ट बता रहे हैं। ये जो विंकिंग चल रही है,
डरपोक आदमी हमें नहीं।
हैव यू एवर सीन एनी अदर लीडर इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ फ्री इंडिया winking in the parliament? Have you ever seen any other leader in the history of free India actually blowing up flying kiss and यहाँ पे आके टॉपिक पे बात नहीं करेंगे?
अरे राहुल गांधी शेर है, इंदिरा गांधी का
महिलाओं से डर के भाग गए।
गांधी का बेटा,
महिलाओं से डर के भागने की बात होती है। महिलाओं का कॉन्डक्ट ठीक होना चाहिए। Is a woman parliamentarian supposed to be in the seat and show the strength of her argument, or are they supposed to encircle the seat of the prime minister? ये प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा थे। प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा डरपोक है। प्रियंका गांधी वाड्रा तो नहीं आई।
Okay, here's a question which is now coming up. Here's a question that is coming up.
उसको आगे करो, इस्तेमाल करो, यही गांधी परिवार का जो है जुनून है।
Here's a question which is coming up, and can I just
अरे
Gaurav and Akhil, we must, if it is true that there are, I will not go back to 1960 or 1970. I would just like to ask here, I would just like to ask here whether it is an important matter.
ट्रंप को खुश करने के लिए इजराइल में किसने डांस किया था भाटिया साहब?
खुद कुछ नहीं है, मान लिया। नहीं बोल पाए कि राजीव गांधी का बेटा है, इंदिरा गांधी का पोता है। मतलब राहुल गांधी की क्रेडिबिलिटी स्टैब्लिश करने के लिए इंदिरा गांधी तक जाना पड़ा। ये हालत है। इतना बड़ा जो है अपरिपक्व बालक है।
डांस किसने किया था इजराइल में? एक बात तो बता दीजिए।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी इज द टॉलेस्ट लीडर. I don't have to go to the father of Narendra Modi ji to prove his credentials. I don't have to go to the grandfather of Narendra Modi ji, because Narendra Modi ji himself is epitome of leadership. आपको राहुल गांधी के credentials.
Now, thank you, Gaurav and Akhil. I need to come back. If you have forgotten, I'm anchoring the program. My question to both of you gentlemen is this. My question to both of you gentlemen is this, and allow me to come in, please. Thank you. Thank you. See. Can we deny that George Soros sent a representative to support Rahul Gandhi during his Bharat Joro Yatra? Mr. Komar Reddy, I am coming to the point here that the Vice President of the Open Society Foundation was sent by George Soros. An Open Society Foundation is funded by whom? It is funded, Siddharth, by George Soros. And the Vice President of the George Soros funded Open Society Foundation was sent to support Rahul Gandhi and was physically seen with him during the Bharat Joro Yatra. Now, I am not saying that there is a funding which has happened out here, but I would certainly say that the Bharat Joro Yatra cost the Congress party about 100, 200, 300, 400, God knows how much crore rupees. Now, the fact is, did a George Soros representative join Rahul Gandhi in this yatra? He did. Did George Soros in turn say, and please listen carefully, please, at the Munich Security Conference, that he will do everything possible to bring down the Modi government? He did. Did Sonia Gandhi also serve as co-president of the Forum of Democratic Leaders in Asia Pacific, an organization that was funded, quote-unquote, generous contributions from the Soros Foundation? So I have already established two direct links. Now, you have two choices, Siddharth. You can talk like Akhil, go the media, ye wo, do this YouTube-type conversation, or say that there is a substantial issue that, when raised in the public forum, needs an answer. Needs an answer, right? Now, it needs an answer, right? And Siddharth, I want you to respond to that. Akhil, kindly, if you can keep your lips sealed for 5 minutes, it will be very nice. Thank you, Akhil. Yeah, thank you, Siddharth.
Yeah, Arnab, does my time start now?
Yes, your time starts now.
Okay, I think the issue you have raised is a lot of gravitas. And that's why I was noting a few things down. You rightly said, Arnab, that it is beyond our remit right now to debar someone. It is Parliament's domain. but we can discuss it, and we can discuss it rightly so. You also caught it right that there seems to be a hidden ilu between BJP and Congress. That also seems very right. And your hat-trick ball that you bowled was that any wrongdoer in India is liable to be prosecuted. And that's the law in India. And funnily enough, anybody in India can also be arrested for 24 hours without a charge by any police. Both of us here are mutual proof of it. So is Arvind Kejriwal and Hemant Soren. All these people have been arrested, including me and yours truly. So if the BJP thinks that the leader of opposition is canoodling with foreign forces, then its police should land up at its own gate, called the Epstein gate, because its own minister has confessed to hobnobbing with American pedophile. Charity begins at home, doesn't it? The Sanatan civilizational viewer of Republic channel now has only one curiosity today. How come the morally righteous party like BJP has leaders who hobnob with pedophiles, and how come 56-inch Hindu Hriday Samrat appoints that person as his minister? And we are not yet going into the Honorable Prajwal Revannas and Brijbhushan Singhs here. The only $500 billion trade deal question here is Modi Sarkar under Epstein files pressure to sign the death warrant of agriculture by accepting US food, that to GM food. 95% of agricultural export from United States is GM food. And Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, the Honorable Sarsan Chalak of RSS, is on record saying that GM food should not be brought into India. Is Modi Sarkar being coerced via Epstein files to buy costly oil to kill the manufacturing sector in India? Because costly oil means high production costs. You go out of the competition instantly. From ceasefire to trade deal, is Trump dumping Epstein file threats on Modi Sarkar? Is it so? And because, funnily enough, it is now neutralizing our own crown sector, that is the services sector, by denying our professionals H-1B visas. 3 lakh H-1B visa holders were there in 2024, less than 50,000 this year. That means that there is a very big question here that if charity begins at home, if the leader of opposition is canoodling with foreign forces, then he should be forthwith arrested. And since charity begins at home,
I must come in now. Thank you, Siddharth. See, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. I have to go to Patabi, but before that, I want to make a point here. And listen to me carefully. Since I have done the research and you have not, since I have read the emails and you have not, I shall now proceed to read the full unedited contents. Please watch carefully, viewers. What you're going to hear me read out, everyone on, is the full and unedited correspondence between Hardeep Singh Puri and Jeffrey Epstein. You have never heard this before. Hardeep Singh Puri writes to Jeffrey Epstein and CC's Reid Hoffman. I would like to read the copy of an email which says, "Greetings from a friend in New Delhi." The date of the email, please note, is 13th November 2014. Please note that the results of the Lok Sabha elections when Narendra Modi became Prime Minister were on 16th of May, if I'm not mistaken, or June 2014. He writes, and this is the crime, Jeff/Reid. Jeff, I briefed you on my discussion with Reid in Silicon Valley on 3rd October. Your reaction was that Reid should visit India sooner than later. Reid is the CEO and founder of LinkedIn. Back in India since mid-November, I am now convinced more than ever that India today represents a terrific opportunity for internet-based economic activity. The Japanese telecom and internet giant SoftBank, to mention just one example, announced recently it had laid out plans to invest US $10 billion in the Indian e-commerce space over the next 10 years. Snapdeal, an Indian entity in the first recipient of $600 million in funding. The market buzz is strengthened by the election of a new government with a strong mandate bent on reviving the Indian economy with a major focus on digital India. Jeff and Reid, with 200 million users, India is the world's fastest growing country for internet users. Newly elected Prime Minister Modi's focus to revive the Indian economy includes an audaciously ambitious plan to expand rural internet coverage to 250,000 villages by 2017 from the existing 130,000. I'm going on. Is there any crime you have found here?
Yeah, answer to that.
Now, do you realize how stupid you have been in making these comments? A man is saying, Mr. Komareddy, you heard me? Mr. Komareddy, you heard me? Your leader Chandrababu Naidu, 1 minute, your leader Chandrababu Naidu has done the same thing with American investors and tried to bring them into Andhra Pradesh. Now he's panicking. Now, Patabi, he's panicked.
I would come to meet you. I is not a delegation. I is equal to BJP, the Neta. How come Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, the BJP, which
the content of the email which you have read clearly states
how come that
the Honourable Minister then was trying to bring in good investment into the country, which these people don't want.
In the New York City itself, there is something called as the Princeton University.
Please,
While
while Siddharth, you understand and fully acknowledge the fact that my reading out of the email has put you in panic because the viewer of Republic is now beginning to realize that poor Hardeep Puri was only hard selling the India growth story.
Yes.
Patabi Komareddy should be given a chance to respond. You can kindly keep your iPad down and stop giving free advertising to Apple on my program. Advertising on Republic is very expensive. Apple can afford to buy advertising spots. Mr. Komareddy.
Arnab, you have completely demolished their argument. Please ask that gentleman to calm down, Arnab.
Shant.
He is panicking and he will panic because you have completely demolished their argument. Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri was trying to bring in some good investment to the country, trying to do some good.
From the interview.
And even that they can't digest. So their argument is completely demolished. Now coming back to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, today he was speaking about some code words. He was using this word, code word. And he was mentioning some terms. I would like to say the perfect code word for Mr. Rahul Gandhi is, one, he is a traitor. The second perfect code word for Rahul Gandhi is a habitual liar. And the third perfect code word for Rahul Gandhi is a Chinese agent. So these are the code words which we have to use against this traitor, against this anti-national guy, against this person who always, demeans our country, never wants good for our country. So these are the code words that have to be used. Rahul Gandhi can't digest anything good for our country. He doesn't want our country to enter into a FTA with European Union. He doesn't want an FTA with UK. He doesn't want the US tariffs to come down. He doesn't want any good for our country. As you have rightly said, he is an anti-national. And I am saying this on national television or not. The Telugu Desam party will completely support any kind of action that the union government, in which we are also part, in which we are also a partner, initiates against this anti-national human being who would like to have such an anti-national in our parliament. This habitual liar who can't digest any good for our country, who makes these mysterious trips abroad, goes to Uzbekistan, who goes to Turkey, goes to Colombia, speaks all nonsense on all international platforms.
But 1 minute, if he is going to Uzbekistan, if as has been alleged by some people, and my point is, if again I go back to that issue, I'd like Gaurav on the left and I'd like Abbas on the right. See, Abbas, my view is that if indeed Rahul Gandhi has met certain shadowy people, as some people have allegedly alleged, saying that he's met people from the US State Department, regime change officials, Samantha Powell, the kind of people who specialize in the American deep state. If these meetings have happened, I still believe it is the responsibility of the central government to make these documents public. See, Gaurav, this politics by innuendo should not happen on either side. If you have information regarding activities, then this can't be what you would call earlier, now central hall is not there, central hall gossip in parliament. It can't be gossip.
Well,
It has to come out in a more substantial way, because if there is a problem, we have a right to know. Abbas.
Well, Arnab, see, the thing is, this is just an intimidation from the Bharatiya Janata Party towards the opposition. They initially wanted to bring a privilege motion against Mr. Rahul Gandhi, but they couldn't get a privilege motion because Rahul Gandhi was not in any way, a privilege motion could be taken against him. And, so now they have nothing substantial against Mr. Gandhi, so they have brought up substantive motion. Now, it won't stand, of course, because, when they are talking about such wild allegation, there are competent authorities to report those allegations, which they are not doing because
which authorities are you speaking
of?
There are
FIU, there is SFIU, there is Directorate of Revenue. They could, report to those authorities. Parliament is not going to investigate on such wild allegation. Parliament can, investigate. Parliament can set up an inquiry on the parliamentary procedure. But let me tell you, Mr. Goswami, when we talk about privilege motion under Rule 222 of Lok Sabha, a privilege motion can be taken against a minister or even the Prime Minister when he or she may have lied on the floor of the House, which apparently the Prime Minister of our country has done. When he says that koi aaya nahi, koi ghusa nahi, when he said nobody entered our sovereign state, that that is the question. That is something which is in question, and a privilege motion can be brought against it. Unless and until under the Rule 353 of the Lok Sabha, he changed his statement and explained that. So that can be done, which any responsible minister or prime minister would do.
Let me say this, that this is not a privilege motion that has been brought by Nishikant Dubey. It is a substantive motion. A substantive motion is different from a privilege motion.
I know what the difference is. Kiran Rijiju has talked about privilege motion initially. But now a privilege, see, there are four ways when a privilege motion can be taken. One is if a member of parliament is being threatened or he is being, asked not to, be part of the
I repeat, this is not a privilege motion that Nishikant Dubey has brought in. It is a substantive motion.
But you know what Kiran Rijiju said yesterday? He was talking about privilege motion. Now they have come up with substantive motion. What is going to happen? Nothing more than what Rahul Gandhi may have said. If that is up to the chair, the chair may expunge his speech. That is what maximum they can do.
No, but are you in agreement? Are you? Let me ask you, Abbas.
No.
Before we go into the technicality, let me ask you, Abbas. Are you, as an Indian, and I ask this question to all, are you, as an Indian viewers, are we comfortable with Rahul Gandhi's detailed meetings with Ilhan Omar, prominent member of the Pakistan caucus, a leading member of the pro-jihadi group in the United States of America? Are we comfortable with Rahul Gandhi's detailed and secretive meetings with Ilhan Omar in the US?
Goswami,
please don't raise my name. I know my name. Can you just give me an answer?
You are referring to an intern where you have read out the mail of Jeffrey Epstein, where our cabinet minister is referring to him as my dear friend Jeff. Jeff, not just the first name, he's referring to him as Jeff. So this is, this is the camaraderie
suppose
between
I were to say today, suppose I were to say today,
if it would have been a
suppose I were to say today, my dear friend Abbas, and you commit a crime tomorrow, am I responsible for your crime?
Resigned from the government, who is referring to Jeffrey Epstein as his dear friend, and he's setting up a meeting with him. I don't want to know. Let's talk on
no, 1 minute. Is there a single, 1 minute, Abbas, is there a single, beyond that, since you made an allegation, you must follow it up. And I want Gaurav to come in with you, not me. Is there, allow me, please don't say no, I'm saying something.
My privilege is questioned.
I expect better than, I expect better than innuendo from you. Abbas, 1 minute, Abbas.
That is where my privilege is in question. My privilege is in question. 140 crore Indians' privilege is in question.
Don't be dramatic. Don't be dramatic.
No, that's not being dramatic.
You didn't answer my question on Ilhan Omar. Are you comfortable? And your attempt to avoid the Ilhan Omar question is laughable. Are you comfortable? Is Siddharth comfortable? Is Akhil comfortable? Are you comfortable with the detailed discussions between Rahul Gandhi and this shadowy pro-jihadi, pro-Pakistani person called Ilhan Omar in the United States of America? Are you comfortable with that? You can tell me, okay, we are fine with it. That's fine. Are you fine with it? I'm not.
Arnab, I am also
No,
not
are you fine with
comfortable when you had a interview of Hardeep Singh Puri, because you see Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson Dhanda's report as to you are referring only to one email. You are not referring to emails where he is participating, he is inviting him, he is coordinating with him, and as an individual capacity he is coordinating.
No, one
You
minute.
have also committed a crime by interviewing a person who is under lens, and you know that he had relations with Epstein.
I think, you have not been able to answer the question on Ilhan Omar. I've asked it 4 times.
I'm asking about Epstein.
4 times on Ilhan Omar. 4 times. I have a visual of Rahul Gandhi's meeting with Ilhan Omar. Was there such a meeting?
Don't take interview on Anil Ambani.
Was there a meeting with Ilhan Omar? The picture is there.
Tomorrow interview on
Is this picture an AI generated picture? Did Rahul Gandhi do
as
this
a friend,
meeting?
I can advise you, don't take interview on Anil Ambani.
I've not given you the privilege of calling me your friend, but my question is, Siddharth, are you comfortable with this Ilhan Omar meeting with Rahul Gandhi? Are you comfortable with what's going on?
No, absolutely not. As I am not
Thank you for
comfortable
saying
with
that.
anybody
AAP
doing
says
any
we are not
wrongdoing in
comfortable with
India.
Rahul Gandhi's meeting with Ilhan Omar. Thank you.
Absolutely, any wrongdoer in India
Well
cannot, has to be
Well done, well done, well
The
done.
funny part here is that,
Well, if
the funny
a
part here
Congress
is that
delegation,
BJP
US
is in
Congress
power since
delegation meeting a
2014.
foreign
Don't shout one at a time. Siddharth and
That
Gaurav.
kind of a wrongdoer, both caught free, that goes on to show that there is an ilu between BJP and Congress.
No,
The
this-
Sanskari BJP today is stuck in the immoral, Epstein, extreme quicksand. So much so that the Sanatan civilizational viewer of Republic Channel has
Arnab,
only
allow
one
me
clear
now. I have to respond to 3 or 4 speakers.
How come
It
what
will take some
advice
time,
was
please.
a Sanskari BJP Neta seeking from pedophile Epstein? Perhaps how to coin a new slogan on Beti Bachao? What was a BJP Neta briefing Epstein about? Was Epstein this BJP
Arnab,
Neta?
allow me now. See, this is not fair. This is very unfair.
This is from October
I wish to
2014.
respond to all of them.
Siddharth, in your excitement, and I don't yet know, I don't yet know whether you are considering a move to the Congress.
Me means an individual.
1 minute. I'd like Gaurav to respond. He's heard you. I have limited time. I'm giving an opportunity to respond. I can, but I won't right now. I'll let Gaurav respond to you. Siddharth, thank you. Gaurav's turn.
Yes. Arnab, the sad part is I was listening to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson.
Yes.
He is
Abbas.
trying to hurl accusations at the Prime Minister, doesn't believe the Prime Minister of India. But I'm sure that they would believe the former General Naravane. General Naravane also said,
Mr. Navane's statement not refuted by the Defense Ministry. Mr. Navane neither has refuted what was claimed.
Arnab, is this the way?
I would request you. Abbas.
This is the way they debate.
Abbas, 1 minute.
You know, Gundon ki party,
One minute. If there is ever...
They want to speak.
Abbas, I'm letting Gaurav respond. This has been a great debate.
I will trust
Abbas, I'm letting Gaurav respond. This has been a great debate. Let's do this. Gaurav.
Your own turn. Don't become a tutti cycle gawar pravakta.
ये डिफेमेशन कर रहे हैं वकील साहब नेशनल टेलीविजन
गौरव
प्लीज चुप कराइए अब भौके मत अखिलेश यादव का कुत्ता बन के मत आया करो यहाँ पे चलो चुप हो चलो
नो कुत्ता लैंग्वेज
अखिलेश यादव का कुत्ता नहीं हो तुम चुप हो जाओ चुप बिल्कुल बकवास कर रहे हैं जबरदस्ती आके आप कूदने लगे जब आता है जाता कुछ है नहीं पता है कि अभी हालत खराब हो गई पहला लाइन बोली तो हालत खराब हो गई टूटी साइकिल पे बैठो जाके इसीलिए तुम लोगों की इज्जत नहीं होती टोटियां चुराते हो सरकारी बंगले से टोटी चुराते हो इसीलिए इज्जत नहीं होती अच्छी डिबेट कोई करता नहीं है समाजवादी पार्टी के गुंडे कहीं घर पे नहीं जा सकते लोग कहते निकालो गुंडों को
Abbas, he heard you when you were speaking, but when he's speaking, you're coming in. How fair is that, Abbas? Abbas, he heard you when you were speaking. You should listen to him when he's speaking. Thank you so much. Gaurav, continue. Can we not? Keep that out of it. No, I'm on a very important debate. Thank you now, Abbas. I appreciate this fight, but now stop for a while. Thank you. Are, calm down, calm down. Abbas, now I'm letting him respond to you, all right? I'm letting him respond. Hot debate, bubbling now, bubbling. Thank you, Abbas. Nice, Abbas. Thank you very much. Thank you. Gaurav, complete your point.
He said not an inch of Indian soil has been lost. Second, if they feel the Prime Minister misled the House, where is the privilege motion? Why didn't you bring a privilege motion? You want to come on TV debates? Please, शांत कराइए कुत्ते को. कुत्ते को शांत कराइए अखिलेश यादव के. बकवास कर रहे हैं, फिर गंदगी बचा रहे हैं.
तो कुत्ता तो बड़ा सम्मानित होता है.
तमीज नहीं है तो जाओ गली नुक्कड़ में बहस करो.
कुत्ता भी नहीं है. अरे गली नुक्कड़ वाले तो
नहीं, वफादार होना चाहिए. तुम तो वफादार नहीं हो ना, ये दिक्कत है. पट्टा पहनो अखिलेश यादव को और करो. Arnab, I'm sorry, I cannot be debating with
now this is not necessary, Abbas. I told you.
I want to make my point.
I told you a minute back, Abbas, that I request you to, because it's an important debate. Please, Abbas, cooperate with me. Thank you. It's all right. So this should not happen. I'll cut it off later. Calm down, gentlemen. Thank you. Gaurav, continue. Okay, now, Abbas, I want to go to the substantive issue.
Barging in, that should happen. When he's being uncivilized and uncouth, that should happen. When he's being uncivilized, that should happen. He has some special...
The word kutta is inappropriate. I'm saying it again. All right? Now, thank you.
Special privilege लेके आए.
He should have,
yeah, so I will not have that word right now. I'm going to expunge it later. Thank you. Please continue.
Shut up.
This is what the gunda karte ho.
Shut up.
Party. Even
when you speak in between, you will get a...
Abbas, do not do this. Both of you. Gaurav also, please. Gaurav and Abbas, you both need to calm down, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Please calm down, please.
So, Arnab, I have 2 points to make. One,
calm down, please. Calm down.
General Naravane has also said not an inch has been lost. They did not get any privilege motion against the Prime Minister. They should have if they felt that there is a breach of privilege. Second, when the opposition says that Rahul Gandhi is not being allowed to speak, the opposition is not allowed to speak. 43 minutes Akhilesh Yadav had spoken.
Okay,
the problem lies here, and I must tell you, Rahul Gandhi's statement on foreign soil, he challenges the sovereignty of India and he says USA and UK should intervene. Second, he says Sikhs in India are not allowed to wear turban.
Yeah.
That itself is false.
Okay, now, gentlemen, I can go longer on this.
Religion. Third,
I have to take...
In Cambridge, he said democracy is dead in India.
I have mentioned
If democracy is dead, how are you a member of parliament?
Let me say...
How do you have elected...
Akhil, now calm down. Ishkaran, where do you see this go? Ishkaran and Patabi. Ishkaran and Patabi.
समाजवादी पार्टी वालों को और ये समाजवादी पार्टी में खुद थे. He was in समाजवादी पार्टी.
Honestly, Arnab, the sort of issues Rahul Gandhi...
Please.
Arnab, if I can just make one point.
You are a political analyst, behave like one.
If I can just make 1 point.
You behave...
Arnab, the sort of... Arnab, the sort of issues Rahul Gandhi picks up, it's a gift which keeps giving and giving to the BJP.
That's the point.
Epstein was a person meeting with Bill Clinton, meeting with Donald Trump, meeting with Mark Zuckerberg, meeting with Elon Musk, everybody in the world. Who knew what he was doing?
Patabi, your last thoughts. Patabi, point taken. Patabi.
Arnab, my last comment would be, we don't want people like Rahul Gandhi who have meetings with people like Ilhan Omar, known anti-national, secret meetings with people against India.
And I tell you this, I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. My last word on this is, we had Atal Bihari Vajpayee in the opposition benches once. We had Sushma Swaraj as the leader of the opposition. There was grace and there was content. Somehow, I'm getting a feeling that the opposition is giving away the little space it had with its childish, muddying the waters behavior. We need substance, no more drama. We need a good opposition. We don't have one. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला. सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप. MDH का जल जीरा सिप.